Hello everyone, my name is Dar and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. I finally redid my space plane and this is what I came up with. I had way too many engines and all that. Now it's 4 jet engines, 4 smaller rocket engines, and I do have to use a decoupler, and I'll use the decoupler and the uh, jet engine, but that's just a small part of overall cost. It's not like losing a whole rocket. So as when I have the cockpits in the cargo bay, that way my tourists can see out of it, whichever I got to put in there. I got some batteries in there, some solar panels, basic stuff. Let me go put them in there. So I have a little contract that says I need to take Kimsey and Wilsey, one to orbit, another suborbit, and an orbit. So let's get those. Okay, we don't need a scientist or a pilot, or the extra pilot. So we should be good. My other ones that I have, save somebody from orbit, Minmus, save Sarah and her pod that's in the orbit. That'll be for a little bit later. Do that and land on Minmus. Those are later. So now that we got those, let's head out. All we need to do is get into orbit and come back. I tested this. So, okay, SAS, full throttle, and let's go. And yes, they can see out of their cockpit. The cargo bay doors are actually right there. So it's maybe a bug, but it looks cool. At least with my space plane, the tourists can actually see out, unlike other people's, where they put them in a little command pod inside a closed space. Okay, we're going at a 45-degree angle, or somewhat. Whenever I get up to the right speed where it starts to slow down, I'll get rid of the engines and use the rocket engines. Let's see, anything else? Anything else? Well, the cockpits and the monopropellant that I added before all this, it was 3 tons, and it made it not work right, so I had to add 2 extra engines. I could get into orbit without the 2 cockpits and the monopropellant with just 2 engines alone. And what I want to do later is I'll take out the 2 cockpits and gut that out and put like a small satellite in there. May have to work around with adding a second cargo bay so I can have longer satellites. Since I have Infernal Robotics, I can actually make big satellites that are folded up inside there. Or I could do it the hard way and just send pieces up at a time and assemble them in orbit. But I am terrible at rendezvousing. we still got a ways to go. Without this extra weight, these engines would get me up to 1,000 very quickly and explode. Wouldn't even need decouplers for them, really. Okay, we're getting pretty close. It's either 700, 800 that it stops. Okay, we're slowing down. And getting rid of them. Now it's going to slow down a little bit, but then it'll catch back up. If you can see, just using the little Terrier engines. Okay, the speed's going back up now. Not very efficient, but it gets the job done. Okay, let's do. I have to hold this for a little bit, then I can actually go prograde. Let's go ahead and switch to map. What's actually nice right now is this orbit for this wreckage is actually a good orbit to be, which I need to actually go rescue that, but not today. Okay, now to go prograde, and let's time warp here, or this is going to be too long. Let's go back to map view so we can watch what we're doing. Once it gets up to about 75, 80,000, I'm going to cut the engine. If the Apple app is too far out. Okay, it's going and going. And actually, we can keep going. May have burnt too much fuel, but wow. A little bit more than I wanted. But that means I only have to burn just a little bit to get that up. And then we'll be in orbit. Then we can head back down, actually. I do have a confession. I tried landing this thing at the Space Center many times and I overshot. So I'm going to try aiming for my antenna, which is at the mountains next to the Space Center. And that should put me actually somewhat close to it. Okay, let's go out here to the Apple apps. Let's get a good little shot of the plane here. It actually reached orbit. Well, almost. Just got to get that up above 70,000, which that's not going to be hard. Okay, let's time warp. And stop. Let's turn RCS on so it'll actually help a little bit. Now what I could do is just use RCS, which I think I will. So I'm just using RCS right now to get my peri-apps up. Main reason is I can actually save this fuel and help me land easier. And as soon as we cross 70,000, yep, see, now we got the contracts done. So now we can just come back down. So all I'm doing is firing backwards with the RCS using the N key. Let's see, I want to aim for about, let's see, I aimed earlier right here and I always ended up here. So if I aim, let's see, if I aim here, I'll end up here. So I say I aim just a little bit before this, and I should end up right here, giving me plenty of time. A little bit slower using RCS, but actually I can hold down Alt and do greater than or less than, or the comma or period, and speed up time to 4 times acceleration. And now you can actually see it's going down. Okay, if that's 14,000, we should be somewhat there. Actually, probably not. Let's get it up to about 20,000. I should be okay. Okay, let's time warp here. Yeah, I think I'm going to come in way too shallow. I'm going to end up over here somewhere. So what I'm going to try doing is just keep burning prograde with the RCS. I should have waited till I was about right here to do the retrograde burn. But as I said before, I'm not an expert. I would know much, no matter how much I'm holding, it's going down. So let's, oh yeah, we're in a big fireball. Let's turn off RCS because that's making us wobble. Let's see if we can actually, let's turn off time warp. See if we can actually aim up. Hey look, there's Moho. There's Jewel. Any others that we can see? Wow, you can see them all. Eve, Duna. That's something back there. Oh, it's probably one of my engines. Okay, me aiming up, I'm holding back, so I'm aiming up. It actually put me a little bit further out. So let's see if I can just get a little bit further. Oh yeah, that's not gonna be good. I went way too early. So it looks like we may be landing in the desert. Really didn't prepare for a desert landing. So either I'm gonna crash or I will actually land. I should record another video right after this showing a satellite design that I want to do. But I'm about to play Destiny, do some of the Prison of Elders. Wish I had a capture card so I could record some stuff, but I don't. Okay, let's aim down. Try landing in the desert. Now my whole idea around this was to actually come in with no fuel left, but I wanted to have a little bit fuel just in case I needed. Okay, now those are heating up, which I need to bleed off some speed so I can do just like the real space shuttle and do a big S turn, and that should bleed off some speed. Okay, we definitely need to get lower if we're gonna land. Okay, I don't want y'all to explode. Oh, too far. Okay, we've bled off enough speed that we're actually under the re-entry effect. Okay, so I'm going to smooth out this landing, hopefully. This looks like a pretty smooth area. Definitely not trying for the coast area or the rocks over there. Well, the tourists actually get a good show. We're gonna crash. Yeah, it looks like a really good spot to land. Which they have desert landing strips all over the world. But it's usually prepared or a dry lake bed. So this is unprepared and just anywhere. Okay, see, I'm probably gonna lose too much speed, and I'll just start dropping out of the sky. Okay, final approach. Okay, holding the brake. Oh, we got a little airborne there. Um, why am I speeding up if I'm holding down the brake? Because it's actually going uphill. And full stop, come on. Hey, full stop. And what can I do here? EVA report. Why not? Let's do EVA report. And let's keep that. And let's do a surface sample. I don't know how he's getting a surface sample because he's on the plane. I won't tell anybody if y'all don't. So let's get back in. And let's oh yeah, recover. Full orbit with a space plane, satellite, or space station parts, or stuff like that. Okay, so let's see. I got science out of it, and 32,854 funds recovered from parts. Now I think it cost around 53, so it's not much back, but it's better than using a rocket. And it would be actually even higher if I was closer to Kerbal Space Center, because I got only 80% of the value because I was 372 kilometers from the Space Center. So that's my space plane. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video with a satellite.